bro amigos, how's it going, bro? Fist, welcome to the next video of the next videos on this channel. So today we're discussing about the stream that I actually had yesterday while I was leveling 100 to 110. I think it was like 24 hours, maybe even more. I'm not sure, but I wanted to talk about that because I leveled and I wanted to share my experience with you about the Legion, my experience with you about the leveling, and I want to give you a couple tips if you're leveling for the first time or second time or something like that, that you might find them extremely useful and that helped me a lot while leveling. So first of all, guys, I want to say good job to Blizzard for the really smooth launch. This was the smoothest launch of all expansions that I've been seeing in World of Warcraft, and I've seen them all. So this was the smoothest launch ever, beside, I mean, I was playing on like the highest populated server, one of the highest populated server on Europe, which is Silvermoon, and it did couple disconnects, it did couple lagging situations and stuff, but it was by far the best experience I've had on a launch day from any previous expansion. So that was the first thing that I want to say. Congratulations to Blizzard. The second thing I want to start with, actually the second thing that the chapter I want to talk about here is the leveling. So guys, I was leveling DK, right? So blood DK, I was leveling S blood. I will tell you later why. But first of all, I want to tell you, if you don't have any plan on which zone you want to start first, I will highly recommend you to start High Mountain. Why? Because you can go and get the toy for that called, I think, Emerald Winds. Yes, Emerald Winds. It's a toy that you can do like a Viana challenge. It's really easy to do, the challenge. You need to pick up some orbs and you get that toy, and what that toy does is actually like push you forward and up, or actually up and forward. I'm not sure though. And the next thing I want to say, it's Goblin Glider is a must. Just buy a couple Goblin Gliders. They will make your life easier, and it will be really easy to actually skip some zones where you need to go around and lose like a couple minutes and stuff. You can just glide down and pretty much not take any falling damage. So get Goblin Glider, get this toy from High Mountain. That's why I suggest you to be first zone. Other than that, I don't have any suggestion why you should start one zone over the other. All the zones have their own importance, and you need to see them all, and I highly suggest you to do them all as, after High Mountain. You can do at any order you want, pretty much. So that was the first thing. The second thing is finish the zones, guys. It's really important to finish the zones when you're questing. Why? Because even though some people think, yeah man, I know, I've read some guide and it's good to skip the zone, a couple of the quests, because I will save up 15 minutes, and 4 zones 15 minutes, like 1 hour, but that is not much. I will tell you why. Because when you finish the zone, you're getting like quests that gives you to go into dungeon. It gives you 100 artifact power and 129, 100,000 experience. That is 120k experience. That is 6 or 7 or 8, I don't know how many quests, but that is really huge amount of experience that you're getting from that quest. You're also getting artifact power, so those 15 minutes you're gonna save, but by skipping like 5 or 10 quests, you're actually getting back by this quest, so it's kinda not worth skipping anything. So finish the zones. I will talk about later what I think you need to do with the dungeon quest, but now just remember, finish the zones. And also, if you're playing class like I played DK, right? If you play like Warrior, DK, Paladin, Monk, or something else that have like tanking spec and DPS spec in the same time, I would highly suggest you to level up as tanking spec. Why? Because there are certain situations, certain zones and quests and stuff that requires for you to actually go into a zone that has like a lot of mobs, density of mobs, and you pull a lot of mobs. And as DPS, you might have trouble with it, or you might die. So I will say tanking spec will actually make your life easier by pulling the whole zone. First of all, you'll complete the quest faster and you will not die, so you'll have less frustration and more enjoyment from the leveling. If you do want to have DPS spec when you get 110, and you want to main DPS spec when you get 110, what I would suggest you is to gather up all the artifact power. Don't use it on any artifact while you're leveling, and just level. Put the artifact power items in the bank like I did. I collected everything. I finished 110 without using a single artifact power item, and at the end I decided, I want to actually main Unholy, and I used on the Unholy artifact, all the artifact power. So that's what I was trying to say here. You know, level up tank, it's really better and faster to level up and not die. So yeah, if you decide to level up as a tank, you will have faster queues, you know, in dungeons. So those dungeons quests that I mentioned before, you know, when you end up the zones, you'll have like 4 dungeons that you want to go, you know, pretty much. So just keep those dungeon quests if you're a tank until the end of your leveling, basically until you finish all the zones, you know, when you're 108 or 109. Why? Because one quest gives you like 30, 40, 50% of experience of one level, and with 4 quests that you will have like I don't know, a level and a half, maybe 2 when you finish the dungeon. So starting them at 108 after you finished all the other zones is actually quite safer and quite better. And why it's better? Because first of all, you will have, you know, more level, more items, more I don't even know what, you know, and it will be easier to complete the dungeons at 108 level instead of 101. And also, when you have 108, you're already going to dungeons, and those dungeons will, since they are scaling up, they will give you items appropriate for your level, so you'll have easier way of leveling when you get 110, because you already have items that are high level enough to go in heroic later or whatever. So that's why I'm saying keeping the dungeons last. Don't do them you know, as soon as you get them, unless you're DPS, because DPS queues are a lot you know, longer, and you would like to queue up and go quest the next zone, and I don't know, after 30-40 minutes the queue will pop up, and pretty much, you know, you can do that if you want like that also. But you can also keep them if you're DPS and you're a patient one. So yeah, you need to do also when you while you're leveling, while you're early levels like 102, 103, start the campaigns for your class. You know, you go to the class order, start the campaigns, and start doing those class order missions. Why? I mean, just do the campaign pretty much. It will suggest you to do the class order missions anyway by its own nature of flow. So do the class order missions. Why? Because those missions, when you're lower level, even if you're higher, I just completed a mission that gave me experience, you know. So those class order missions are giving you experience. So while you're leveling, while you're bored, while you're waiting for your queue or for dungeon or whatever, you can do those campaigns. You enjoy the Legion content as well. You're having something to do while waiting, and as well you're having you know, you're introducing yourself to the class and getting some experience boost on the way. So do the campaigns as well. It's important in my opinion. You know, you don't have to, but it's my opinion, and you can follow it if you want. So yeah. And also, while leveling, guys, if you don't have any profession, like any profession, get gathering professions. I don't know what, you know, mining, skinning, herbing, whatever you want. If you do have mining, skinning, or herbing, while leveling, get the you know, pick up the nodes, you know, like whether herbing or mining or skinning. Skin the animals, herb the herbs, and, you know, dig some mines and do those stuffs. And if you are not really in an urgent need of gold, keep those materials. Because later on some alt, when you have profession and when you need those materials, you don't have to buy them from auction house. And you might also find them useful later, you know, when you get like level 110 and something you want to be crafted. You might find those items useful, so you don't have to pay double price, triple price. I don't know, sometimes you'll find them overpriced when you need them and you will need to buy them. Like this, you'll have them and you don't have to buy them. So get gathering profession and level up while you have gathering, and pick up every node you're gonna have, and make sure to have the tracking enabled as well. So that was pretty much all that I wanted to talk, guys. You know, those tips that I wanted to share with you. I've considered them really important, because it will make your life while leveling easier, and it will help you up to level up faster and enjoy the Legion content more. And that was all, guys. I mean, I just want to say again to Blizzard, good job for the big launch of the Legion expansion. I enjoyed every last bit of it, and it made me really happy. Right now, the next chapter, we're gonna talk probably about Suramar, campaigns, what else it's coming up, how to gear up, how to farm some gold, how to do professions, what professions are important. We're gonna do those in the next chapters, but for this chapter, that was all, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to get informed when that next chapter is coming up, make sure to subscribe and like this video. It will help me a lot and actually shows your appreciation for what I'm doing here. If you dislike, feel free to let me know down below. I would really like to know what made you press dislike, and how can I improve myself so I can provide you better content and blah blah blah. So thank you guys again for watching. You've been amazing. Office, until the next time, stay cool guys, listen to your parents, be good boys, love you much, and no homo, and UmrenTV.